Welcome back to Gravity Rush. Now that we've docked in the real town, we can actually start doing stuff.
So are we back in the town from the first game?
Nope, we don't go there until much later.
Oh, okay.
It's a completely different area.
Do we time travel again?
No, we just happen to go there.
Okay. Is the town suddenly under, like, aristocratic rule or whatever again? Because we were gone for 20 minutes? Because that was the
Not
thing that
quite,
happened in
but-
the last game, right? Was that
Yeah.
we left for 10 minutes and then suddenly a
Yeah,
dictator
not
took over?
Stalin was there, yes.
Oy.
Oh, that's Stalin.
Ooh, the town in this area is pretty, though.
Yeah, we have a lot more color this time.
Yeah, I like that it's like American kind of architecture or whatever. It reminds me of Boston a lot, actually.
Oh, we haven't even gone to the industrial areas.
Yeah. Like this looks a lot like some of the like more hoity-toity Boston-y kind of areas from what I remember.
I do like
I
it
also-
when I do like it when different areas within a game's universe take inspiration from different parts of the real world for their architecture. Are we seriously doing this again?
Yes.
We're a superhero. We should not be doing menial jobs.
Hey, gotta
That's
pay
how
the
we
rent
win the
somehow.
trust of the people. That's how you know she's just a good-natured person at heart.
Hey,
Also
look,
gullible.
if it's good enough for Travis Touchdown, it's good enough for Cat.
No, it's
Travis
not.
actually needs the money, though.
Travis Touchdown is Travis Touchdown. Okay?
I mean, okay, that is also fair. Like, I feel like
Well, what do you have? Best prices in town. Well, what do you got? Welcome.
How do you do?
I too can be an RPG NPC.
Mr. Krabs, hello. Do you how do?
So wait, what is? Yeah, seriously, we got a crowd, but they need to buy something.
What are you selling?
What are they
Things.
actually doing?
Man, do you see this girl's outfit? It's ridiculous. Quick, grab a picture.
Oh, yeah, we realize she's just being a glorified booth babe at this point.
A little bit,
Just-
yeah.
Yeah.
Well, what else would he be doing with the screw cat?
Okay, and they all immediately leave. And the old man's just like, "Aw."
Did you have to do that?
Yes.
Okay.
Wait, did Krillin gender swap while we weren't looking? What's with those dots on her forehead?
Uh-huh.
Aren't those like some sort of Buddhism thing?
In real life, yeah. What in the context of this game, though? Maybe it has a different significance.
Well,
She
like,
pressed the number 4 side of a dice on her head really hard as a kid, and it
Really
just never
hard, just to
faded.
make sure it wasn't
it's
fixed.
like I've never seen Krillin do anything Buddhist related either, so you know.
Yeah.
Well, I think that was strictly just as like his background.
yeah, he
And
he had
that's it.
grown up in a temple.
He came from a temple, and that was about it.
Yeah, that's it.
I don't think they
That's-
ever even like went into it in anything.
They
Do
did.
they ever-
They
here's
did
the
it
thing.
once because he beat up some bullies that he used to have from there.
I'm not too familiar with the original Dragon Ball, both the anime and the manga. Do they ever explain Krillin's lack of nose, or it's just the way he is?
It's a joke.
It's just a joke. Okay.
It's a joke that they made for that one fight in Dragon Ball, and then they never bring up again.
Man, you know, Dragon Ball and Dragon Ball Z combine into the weirdest goddamn canon. It's just strange. There is
Honestly-
no tonal balance.
Yeah, pretty much. Which it's also weird too, because if you like keep the filler into consideration, like the series does go back to original Dragon Ball goofiness quite often. It's just that the filler in Dragon Ball Z is not anything that people care about / want to see 9 times out of 10. So
Unless it's the driving lesson, which for some reason is the best thing ever to a lot of people.
well, wasn't
Because
that
it's
episode
stupid.
just like wasn't that episode considered bad when it first happened though?
Well, yeah, it's one of those you like it because it's bad,
Oh, okay.
and it makes no goddamn sense.
Of course, they had to bring that back in Kakarot. I haven't.
Well,
had a chance
at
to
that
play
point,
that
it's
game.
just it's a meme, so they do kind of have to do it. Apparently, that game ended up being really good, which surprised me.
I wouldn't
I
say-
wouldn't say really good. I would just say fine.
From what I've heard, it's not like really good in comparison to other RPGs of its type. Just really good in comparison to Dragon Ball Z games.
To Dragon Ball.
Yeah, I mean, like in terms of like the most similar thing they've ever tried to Kakarot so far is a really
Legacy of Goku.
well, Legacy of Goku, yeah, but there was also this really awful GameCube game that was also trying to be like an RPG that followed the story.
I can only think of Sagas, but that wasn't GameCube exclusive. That was multi-platform.
Oh, it was multi-platform. Well, that's the game I was thinking
Yeah.
of, Sagas.
Okay, yeah, Sagas.
Yeah, that was not
Sagas was
not
awful.
good. Yeah. And in more recent times, Xenoverse, I suppose, has some elements of it.
I thought that was a fighting game, though. Just
It's not really a fighting game.
It's like half fighting game, half weird.
It's more of like
MMO
an action
esque,
adventure stage-based RPG thing, adventure through time nonsense, and it has a fighting mode in it, but it's nowhere near as good as the actual fighting games. Mostly because every character you make has to be a hodgepodge of different moves that are all sort of cobbled together from different characters' movesets.
Didn't they have a character builder in one of the
Both
three games, though?
Xenoverse games had character builders, but you build your character's moveset by learning moves from different characters and putting them together into a limited number of slots. So any character you make could be any combination of those moves. So
I am the Super Duper Ultra Saiyan, Chris the Saiyan, who
Yeah,
does both
but-
the Gallic Gun and the Kamehameha.
dude, I just played as a human because, like, yeah, why? Let the humans shine for once, and I just Kaioken'd my way to victory, which apparently is a
Yeah,
thing
but
that
if you
could
do Kyle
potentially
Ken times 50 billion, you'll burn up your body.
Look, that didn't stop Goku, okay?
Yeah, but that's because he's a Super Saiyan, and it's different. Because he's Goku, who's the best character in all of everything.
Anime. Yeah.
I don't think anyone considers him the best character, just the strongest fighter. But Xenoverse is a sort of semi-brainless fun time, but it's nowhere near on the level of Kakarot, is what I'm saying, basically.
I think the game quality, at the very least, for Dragon Ball has remained relatively consistent, at least throughout the last decade.
Well, yeah, apart from the occasional stinker like sagas, there have been not really any bad ones. But
Well, not really bad ones, but a lot of them are forgettable.
yeah,
Yeah.
Like, to me, it wasn't until Fighter Z came out that we had for the first time in a very, very long time, a really good Dragon Ball fighter.
I think
That's
it's
just
because
like a
they just
good game,
didn't
period.
make them as much. Because in the mid 2000s, they were pumping out a new Dragon Ball game pretty much every year. Because licensed game, it was just that time when if you had a license to make a game, and people were buying that license's games, you just kept on making more of them. Which is why there's also like 6 Naruto Fighter Storms or whatever they're called.
there's four
It's
of
very
them.
disposable games.
Four?
There's four of them, but the reason there's four of them is that because the games were trying to keep pace with the anime story. So each
Yes.
one handles a different chunk of the story, basically.
Yeah, so, come the 2010s, people just stopped buying licensed games because I think we were at the point where finally the kids who were those games would have been targeted at were of the age where their parents played video games growing up, and so they knew that just because Mickey Mouse is on the cover, that doesn't mean it's a good game, and so they didn't buy it, so they stopped making them. And so now, if you want to make a licensed game, it needs to actually be good. See, putting effort into games like Dragon Ball Fighter Z. I hate that game's title, for the record. The fact that it's Fighter Z, Fighters, either one is dumb.
It's supposed
No,
to be
Dragon Ball
pronounced
Fighter,
Fighters.
Spider-Man, Batman.
It is supposed to be pronounced Fighters, I think. The Z is just there.
I've
to-
heard it both ways, and I don't like it, no matter which way they.
I prefer it by its actual name. Oops, all Goku.
Oops, all Goku. There are officially too many Gokus to have in one match.
But,
now,
like-
right?
No, there are officially enough Gokus to have two separate teams of Gokus to verse each other and not have any repeats.
but like, you know, it's not as if all licensed games from that era were zero effort cash-ins either.
Oh no, we've covered a couple
No.
of them on the channel.
Yeah.
Like SpongeBob Battle for Bikini Bottom.
It's just generally speaking.
Yeah,
it was
but even-
easier to assume they were going to be bad than good.
But even the example you brought up, Ted, the Naruto Ninja Storm games, those are actually really good.
Yeah, I mean,
I hear mixed things depending on which one.
there
well-
was another Naruto fighting series that was bad though, right?
There were many bad Naruto games before the Ultimate Ninja Storm games came out.
Those are probably the ones I'm thinking of then.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I mentioned before the one where Iruka mispronounces ramen as ramen, but when they're on that level of quality, no.
I love
Isn't that also the one with like 12 characters to play as in it?
I don't know. I don't remember.
So I remember
It's the problem with all these
I
damn
remember-
games. They're as disposable as like Madden and NBA Live or NBA 2K.
Well, even then, Madden games do have some semblance have quality control. Because, you know, say what you will about what we think about games like Madden or NBA Live or whatever they're called. Like, those games have polish.
I'm
and,
sorry,
you know,
but like when Kat is actively floating around the city looking for something, she always winds up looking like she's just randomly joy falling around the place. I mean, there was this one point where you were falling backwards from the camera, not even looking where you were going at all. And it's like, are you just doing this for fun, Kat?
No, I'm trying to find stuff.
She's just flying around the city like, oops, I guess I looked too far down. I'd better go this way. And then she keeps doing that, like deliberately avoiding the likely places.
No, the game has a decent amount of find the stuff missions, and eventually the game will just kind of take pity on you and tell you where it is, because ultimately this is way too much shit to find.
Yeah, a lot of games do that, where if you just spend too long, a pointer will come up on screen that says "This way, idiot."
which I'm okay with.
It depends on
You
the
know,
game. I'm generally.
I think overall, if you have to do that, I think you should probably make your world a little less broad.
I
but-
personally prefer it to be either an option you can turn on and off, or a character or some other thing that you opt into. Because I personally don't like the game deciding when, when I've given up trying to find it myself, if that makes sense. Like, I would rather be like, okay, I give up, I just want somebody to tell me. I would like to be the one who makes that choice, rather than the game. It's the same sort of reason why I'm generally not a big fan of when games automatically tone down the difficulty for me if I die too many times. It's
Yeah.
just...
That's terrifying. Like, imagine it's like some gravity manipulating person just came and like, I'm gonna take you to the plumber.
Ew?
Don't kill me.
That's a little gross, actually, when you say it like that.
It was a good run while it lasted.
You're not running, you're floating. Not what I mean.
Guess I'll die now.
We did a...
Splat. Thief just lands right next to them. Oops,
And now I can prove my innocence. Oh no, I murdered. Maybe I am a monster.
So, we stopped this guy from stealing his pipes, so we can now steal his pipes?
Yes.
Cool.
Well, no, he gives them to us now. That's the difference.
Okay.
Loading.
I mean, like,
Loading.
if you like do a heroic deed for everyone in town, and everyone feels indebted to you enough that they just give you free stuff, why would you ever need to work at a store?
For the structure?
What?
Like, I mean, I'm not joking. Like, there are a lot of people who, like retirees, for example, who they don't need to work because they've got money, but they choose to because it's something to wake up and do every day.
Huh.
That's why you'll often see a lot of old retired people, like, working like cashier jobs or stuff
I
like
guess
that.
I
Just-
can sort of understand that sentiment.
stuff
I
like
guess
that,
I
just-
can sort of understand that sentiment.
Yeah, like, because sitting around the house not doing anything just does not feel good. So, I mean, I don't know. There are some days where I'm just like, actually, I'd love to be sitting around the house all day, but then, no. Sometimes it's just better to have a thing that you get up and you do, and then you come home. And then you can lie on the couch and eat as many chips as you want.
A more fulfilling day, you mean, basically.
Yeah.
What?
Hi, Master Roshi.
Now, this guy isn't perving on us nearly enough for him to be Master Roshi.
No, Cat's not hot enough for him.
That's rude.
Yeah. That's what's insinuated here.
It also calls the guy's tastes into question, but okay.
Yeah, this is where we were introduced to the camera function of the game, where you can take pictures.
Of Spider-Man?
No.
Oh. So, wait, this guy actually is having us perv on
Take
people.
picture. Yes.
Why is Cat doing it?
Because she just is. Yeah, this
Stuck with the dude. Send him 5 pictures of the same dude's hairy ass.
this slightly ties into the multiplayer
Just what I wanted.
functions of
Thank
the
you.
game.
Cat.
The slightly goes into the multiplayer, where the connectivity you can hide quote unquote treasure chests and take pictures of where they are, and submit them.
Oh, that's cool.
And when other people can find them, and they'll get like gems and dusty tokens, which purchase costumes. Unfortunately, at this point, that's all been shut down because this game got no support.
It's
The service for this game, I think we talked about this in the beginning of the commentary.
The service for the multiplayer is just done.
Yeah, but it didn't even last very long, though.
No, it didn't.
It always
not even a
it always
year.
sucks when there's like a big online specific function that in a game that winds up getting shut down.
Yeah.
We were talking about Pokemon a couple parts ago, but the Dream World in Gen 5
Yeah,
got
thinking
shut down.
I was
and
thinking of
it's
the same thing. The irritating thing about that is that like you can't get berries efficiently without the Dream World, I don't think.
Yeah, so you can't... There were also a lot of, like, hidden ability Pokemon that are really annoying to get now without it. I think, like, maybe Sword and Shield now has a way to get some of them, but of course that's also going to be limited time, Gigantamax BS, so...
Well, I don't blame that woman for saying no to the photo. You just sort of jumped on her table full of produce and stood on it.
This also reminds me a lot of... The treasure chest thing reminds me a lot of the balloon minigame in...
Mario Odyssey?
Mario Odyssey, yeah.
It's exactly like that, actually.
Yeah. Oh my
Except
gosh,
it's not timed.
Nintendo is such a Gravity Rush ripoff.
It's okay. Nobody played this game. Hey, you're right.
I mean, that's
Hey.
not.
Stop
It's
that.
not the first time Nintendo's had that excuse, because when Mario Galaxy was coming out, there was some comment by one of the Insomniac developers who was like, "Man, we're really flattered that Nintendo took inspiration from Ratchet and Clank 3 when making Super Mario Galaxy." And then somebody took that quote to Miyamoto, and he's like, "Ratchet and who?" Like, I'm not even kidding. He's like, "I've never heard of that game before." So, rude, Miyamoto.
Yeah, kind of.
So will only the girls hot enough to take a picture
Yes.
take the picture? Okay.
Okay, we're still doing this.
Yep.
Can you selfie?
It won't count.
He's not interested in her.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, but just can you take stupid
Yeah,
selfies?
you can. You
What
can.
the hell are you doing?
I was gravity sliding.
Yeah, but you were turning it off and on like you were trying to do some weird speedrun exploit.
Yeah, someone just agree to the picture so it can be done.
Let this random stranger take a picture of you for no reason.
We're gonna keep running around this marketplace
Like I
until
said,
someone
this
does.
is- This is pretty realistic. I have to give the game credit.
Although,
Can you make stupid poses while you're taking pictures?
You can.
Okay,
Who's holding the camera?
This is my favorite feature in every game that has it, is being able to take pictures of yourself and do stupid poses and stuff
It's
like
Yeah, actually, that was actually one of the most charming things about Kingdom Hearts 3.
Wind Waker HD.
Wind Waker HD.
that. A lot of games have this feature.
yeah.
Photos of Spider-Man.
Horizon Zero Dawn even has a camera feature.
Dragon Quest XI has this feature. Mario Odyssey has a photo mode.
You want to sap the tension away from the story. God of War's photo mode.
God of
Yeah.
Yeah. God of War has
It's
a
weird
photo
seeing
mode.
Kratos smile.
Yeah.
It's a feature that's being rapidly integrated into a lot of series because it makes for good social media sharing.
Yes.
And,
Yeah.
and you know, when you can implement a system into your game in which like your players do all
Oh, you actually have to take a selfie.
Yeah.
Okay. You look so unsure in that photo.
It's almost like she's taking a picture of herself for Old Man to perv on. I assume out of spite because she's annoyed that he doesn't think she's hot enough to perv on, I guess, which I guess is in character for Cat.
He's such a
Someone
jerk.
out there might think she's attractive. Well, what an asshole. You take those pictures immediately and torch them.
Or kick him in the face, whichever.
Or kick him in the face.
Well, we'll have to see what
No,
other...
no, no. You extend your foot, manipulate gravity so that he falls on your extended foot from the nads.
So technically you didn't even kick him.
No. Gravity did the work for
If
you.
I have my leg out here and you happen to run into it, it's your own fault.
Cat is the one person who can say, he fell on my fist 6 times and be telling the truth.
Gravity's weird.
Yeah, we'll have to find out what random shenanigans Cat will get up to in the next part of Gravity Rush.